Felixstowe is our biggest container port, as you say, Eamon. 40 to 50% of all containers that come in and out of the UK come through this port in Suffolk. First strike in 30 years, as you say. And it's been timed for maximum leverage by the unions. Why? Because we're just going into now the peak retail part of the year. It's the combination of the half-term holiday and Halloween, then so-called Black Friday in November, and then, of course, Christmas. So this is when shops are really stocking up on the stuff that we want to buy. It's clothes, bikes, DIY equipment, laptops, a whole bunch of stuff that we
So if this is prolonged, this is going to be noticed.
So I've been talking to some port bosses this morning. Felixstowe is a big port, but it's not the only port, of course. There are ports all the way up that east coast of the UK and indeed elsewhere. If it's contained to 8 days, it's doable because they can divert to other ports, not least Southampton. But if it goes beyond 8 days, beyond August the 29th, and if Unite workers at other ports then strike in order to turn the screw, if you like, then we will see serious problems. As it stands, there may be one or two items that you order on Amazon or one or two items you want in your local shop that might not be there for a while. There might be some little increase in prices because of the cost of, diverting a shipment to another port. But it's containable. If it goes beyond 8 days and spreads to other ports, it's going to become one of the biggest stories in town.
So, as we're hearing at the moment, the Unite Union have rejected a 7% pay increase. They want something in line with inflation. It's about 10%. But the issue with that is if everybody in the country is wanting a 10% or 11% pay increase, that in itself is inflationary, isn't it? That's the issue.
Indeed, and that pushes the cost of living up for everybody, which means those pay increases, to have even less effect. It's a complex picture at Felixstowe. Now, around 2,500 people work at Felixstowe, and around 500 or so, more on the clerical and administrative side, have accepted the 7% pay rise. It's around 1,900 Unite workers, more on the practical side, the crane operators, the stevedores, the people who do the physical work, most of the physical work. They're the ones that want more than 7%. Now, CK Hutchison have offered 7% plus an extra 500 quid. They say that adds up to 8.1 to 9%, depending on your particular job. But the unions say in response, look, this is a huge company. It's given out tens of millions of pounds in dividends over the last year. Unite claims that CK Hutchison have made £61 million profit in the last year, though the company haven't confirmed that number. And they say that this company can afford it. And a lot of other private sector workers and indeed public sector workers, as we go into the public sector pay round, those pay review bodies have reported, ministers are considering. Look, all in all, it's going to be an autumn of anger. There's going to be a lot of industrial action this autumn. And it's not just the private sector, like the dock workers, but I think it's going to be the public sector too.